Alright, we're doing a live stream this evening. I did say I was going to do one, and I was thinking about calling it off, but I decided I'm going to do one anyway, so we'll see if we get people on here. It's been a while since I've done one on James Vapor 39. It seems like all the time I just stream on Royal King of the Rails. Let's see if we can get some people on here. I see one person is on now, so welcome first viewer. Whoever that might be, say something in the chat. We are driving home. Got a long drive home, that's for sure. As I'm packing all my crap up right now before we get on the road. So that way all I have to do when I get home after this 2-hour drive is grab my crap and then just go inside and go to bed, hopefully not long after I get home. Let's see if we can get some people on here. I also need to grab my charger. Yep, there it is, my Apple Watch charger. Hey, how's it going, Gradient Gamer? Good to see ya. Great meeting up with you earlier in the week. For those that don't know, I met up with Gradient Gamer, another rail fan from the Metro Detroit area. So that's always fun to do, is to meet up with other people from the area. We're currently live in Grandville. Grandville is a suburb of Grand Rapids, actually. So what we're gonna do here is get this show on the road. Hopefully get some people on here. I was just actually on the phone with Boston Elevators and Aviation, so hopefully we're gonna get him on here. Excuse me. All right, well, let me do something real quick. I'll be right back.
Then take the first right.
Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, folks. We are beginning now. We will begin here shortly. The drive home. Oh, got another thing I gotta pack as well. There's Nick. There he is. Hey Nick, thanks for coming on. Send a link out to the server and everything as well. Hey, good to see you, intelligent kid. Good to see you as well. We are about to start heading home. Yeah, I did decide to do one. I wasn't going to, but I decided, you know what, why not? Trying to wait for my Apple Watch to charge, that way I can see my location, because I got it plugged into the 12-volt thing along with my phone. 5 people watching so far. Thanks to everyone that's hopped on so far. We'll be right back. I just got to go to the back seat. I'm gonna pack up my tripod real quick. That way that's it. And I got this I can pack up too. I'm just gonna pack up all this crap. So that way all I gotta do when I get home after this long drive is kind of go from there. I don't know how long we're gonna stream for, whether I'm gonna maybe end it once we get to Flint or something. We'll see. But figured I should do a live stream. I haven't done one in a while on James Vapor 39 because I'm always streaming on Royal King of the Rails. So if you guys want to see more of my streams and stuff, make sure you guys put notifications on for Royal King of the Rails. I tend to do a midnight rail fanning stream once a month, sometimes once every 2. Just depends on how busy I am. But came to the west side of Michigan today. If you guys didn't see my community post about Howard Miller having their final day sale. So that was cool. I got to go see the warehouse, their warehouse, which was pretty sweet actually. It was, but it's just too bad. Hey, what's up, TKE? How are you? What up, Doe? Yeah, I did. It was pretty sweet. I bought 2 clocks as well. I was gonna buy some for Cam, but Cam, if he were to come on here, he did not wake up in time before the sale ended. So yeah, that sucks, unfortunately. But Holland was great. Got a lot of elevators. I think I discovered couple as well, because I saw some things that I don't think anyone's ever filmed before as well. I did happen to do like 2 office buildings because there were a couple that were open. It was great. So, by the way, guys, make sure we'll try to strike up some conversation a little bit while I'm driving. I'll try to talk as well, but the more I'm talking and the more that we kind of, you know, do these talks and stuff, the better, because that'll keep me awake and that'll give me I can't speak. It'll keep me awake, and that'll make the drive go a lot smoother for me. If you guys haven't already, please hit the like button. Please do. That would be greatly appreciated if you would. Let's see. Heck yeah. Congratulations, Nick. Glad to hear. The last elevator I did tonight actually was the A series at the Country Inn and Suites here in Grandville. Punch that like button in the face like a boss, or you say like S.S. Sniper Wolf does, hit that like button in the face. All right, we are going to get on the road here. What the heck was that was just blinking? Something was just blinking on my power bank. Oh, it was just that. What? It's the volts. There we go. My Apple Watch is finally powering back on. Apparently, don't use the 12-volt cigarette lighter in your car because it doesn't work well. Hey, Brody, how are you? I'll try to keep an eye on it. I might actually have to move this over a little bit because I can't really see the chat. Actually, you know what? I might just do this. I might just take all my stuff that hangs on my dash off. I might just do that instead. All right. Nope, now that's just getting all tangled up. Lovely. There goes something. That's the UP thing. I got all these railroad things that have been thrown to me that I have hanging on my rear view. All right, sounds good, Brody. Let me know when you do so I can say goodbye to you. What the heck is going on? Why is the CN thing all tangled up back here? I have this air freshener that I got. Oh, there we go. Okay. It's not stretchy anymore. It's just the string is all flimsy. Not flimsy, but yeah. I-75 going north wasn't too bad. But yeah, down by exactly Grange Hall was bad. Hey Brian, how are you? We are going to be getting on the road here real soon to drive home. Got about a 2 hour, a little over 2 hours to get home. So we're gonna get on the road here real soon because I don't really want to be driving much later. Because around 3, it's actually starting to snow a little bit right now, but it's gonna snow even more later on. All right. ETA is to get home. Well, not home because I have it routed to somewhere else. But yeah. All right, folks, here we go. We are going to get on the road. I was thinking about that, but honestly, doing 96 to 59, I don't think I'm going to do it that way. I think I'm going to do 96 to 69 to 75 because then I'll be able to go faster. My Apple Watch did it again. It's the only downside with my Apple Watch being dead is the fact that the maps and everything on it. You know what? Let me do this. I can just do this. I can put on my, it's at 13%. I can put my Apple Watch on for now. And then once I'm on the highway for a while, I can then just take it off and charge it. So let's do that. All right, here we go. We're getting on the road now after 10 minutes exactly on the dot now. Let's see, we're going think we're going this way. Is that right? That's a lovely sound. All right, we're hopping on I-196, so here we go. Sorry that it might be a little blurry. It is weird, but it's cool. So yeah, oh yeah, you can, that's there, it's a little bit clearer now. You can see the snow coming down a little bit. All right, here we go, folks. The 2-hour ride to get home. Here we go. This is gonna be great. Ended up seeing 5 trains today, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, it is, the road actually is, there is snow actually starting to stick a little bit to the ground, so we're gonna keep that in mind. Hopefully it's not gonna snow as much. Yeah, it's not snowing now here, so hopefully it won't be too bad. Yeah, I will. Yeah. It's not, but it'll make the road, it won't stick, but it'll just make the ground a little bit more slippery. I mean, I can hear the snow hitting the windshield. So, the other thing too we can do if I need to as well is stop to get a coffee from McDonald's. I might end up doing that later on, but we'll see if I need it. I just got new tires for this car about a month and a half ago. So I've had new tires on this for a while, which is good. So we got 8 people watching out here. Thanks everybody for coming on. I know I haven't done a stream in a while here on James Bay 439, but like I said, if you guys want to see other streams, be sure to check out my midnight rail fanning streams that I do on Royal King of the Rails. It's awesome. It's we have a lot of fun. We get a lot of great people that join in as well. Tons of rail fans and stuff. It's a great group of people. No, because I'm on I-196. This is just going to turn into 96. That's the fastest way I routed through my thing. Yeah, my app is telling me to stay on this for 60 miles, so that's probably the distance to get to Grand Rapids, or not Grand Rapids, Lansing. I think the reason it did that, TKE, is because I went to Grandville, which is north of M5. I'm sorry, M6. It's north of M6, which I think it figured the better. I mean, it really wouldn't have made too much a difference. I think it would have been like a 3-minute difference, literally, from what I saw. So yeah, but because we're gonna be on here a while, I'm just gonna take my watch and just plug it back in, so that way it can charge. Yeah, because it just gave me the 10% thing again, so yeah. No, I'm in Grandville. I went up here to Grandville because I was filming elevators while waiting for the Amtrak Pure Marquette. I figured I would catch the Pure Marquette, both of them today. That put me up to 5 trains for the day, which was great. That's a good total. I figured that would be a good way to, you know, put together a good train video for today's thing. I'll probably call it a day on the CSX Grand Rapids sub. I wish I could stay longer all night, actually, because there's a potash train, B235, is running tonight, and they run those like only a few times a year. But I couldn't get any info for where it was, so I just figured, you know what, it's not worth it. I can always catch it in the future if I ever really want to. Just note that I might not be able to read all the messages as well, so understand that as well. I'll try to, but my main focus is the road. So as you guys can tell, we are driving through Grand Rapids right now. As you can tell by all the tall buildings, this is Grand Rapids. Hey Anthony, how are you? Yeah, BNSF Weir, and then it's got CSX rear DPU. I wanted to see it, I really did, but I didn't know where it was. I knew it got onto the Grand Rapids sub at 9:26 Eastern. That doesn't really help, you know, in terms of like what all I could do in terms of catch it. Jeez, that truck kind of scared me there for a second. So I didn't really know. Someday I'm going to return though here to Grand Rapids. I haven't filmed any elevators in Grand Rapids. It's the first time I've actually been to Grand Rapids, so I'm definitely going to come back at some point because it's a pretty cool area. Hey Neil, how are you? So based on that sign, we'll be to Lansing in 65 miles. Well, technically, Anthony, I did see E800 because it was the same thing as R599. It's just R599 was the local symbol of it because, you know, that's what they called it till the crew took it to the siding to tie it down. So it was an empty coal train R599. So technically, it counts. I would have had to drive a lot further south though. M. Jackson, hello, welcome. 12 people on. Wow, I'm kind of surprised we got a lot of people on here for a Saturday evening. But I appreciate it. Glad to have everyone on here. Somewhat, Nick. I would say something like that. In Lansing, 65 miles, I would say maybe a little bit more, maybe a little less. to I-69. Alright, let's throw cruise control on. Yeah, it can be at times. Yeah, there's C801. I'm more so a fan of North Lansing, actually. All right, here we are. This is the end of I-196. Now begins 96. 96 is a straightaway freeway pretty much from Grand Rapids to Lansing to Detroit, the three big cities of Michigan. Kind of a unique highway. It's the first time like I said, it's the first time I've ever really been to the Grand Rapids area. I haven't really explored, though. I didn't really do anything here today. I just passed through. But the suburbs, though, I've never been to any of the suburbs, so that was cool. What the heck's going on? Why did you hide him? Why did you hide Brody? What did he do? What did he do? Because we had a problem. The reason why I'm upset about this actually is we had a problem where his account, I think, got hidden on Royal King of the Rails, and then when we unblocked him, we had a problem where I couldn't see any of his messages. Look, I don't care. I mean, I don't like the 6-7 jokes. It's not my favorite meme in the world. I think it's dumb. But if that's what it was, I mean, I'm not going to say that, you know. So, do not, okay. Brody, just keep it down in the chat, alright? I know you're on your alts. Just keep it down, alright? That's all I ask. Oh, really? Is it someone? Oh, okay. You know what? We did have an impersonator on here at the beginning of the stream. I hit him immediately. So keep an eye out if there actually is stuff like that, and we're getting impersonators on here and we're seeing stuff. Just hide them. Just hide the accounts. Because I was wondering why after I saw Kalamazoo area railfan guy hit him, why I saw messages from someone else. So there's been impersonators in the railfan community. We've had a problem with it, so just hide them. No need to give them any attention, you know. That guy, obviously, because you're watching the stream, you're bored and you're so bored with your life, you gotta impersonate people to entertain yourself. So I mean, it's not really going to affect any of us. Gotcha. I mean, yeah, I mean, all it is, it's just someone that clearly has no life and has so much time on their hands that, you know, they have to impersonate people for entertainment. I mean, it's like, you know, whatever. It's just stupid is what it is. I mean, it's literally a waste of, yeah, exactly. It's a waste of time. But anyways, eastbound on I-96. So I actually, I'll tell you guys, I actually did the drive this morning, straight from my house to Holland. Did not stop once, just drove the whole way, 2 hours, 20 minutes. Straight from my house there. Where's my water? There it is. Need to have a sip of water. Yep. Yeah, I know it happened on the Battle Creek cam. It happens, but like I said, let's just try not to draw attention to it because there's just no point. The other thing too that was nice too on the way here, you know, on the way over to Holland was, you know, I had a couple radio stations written down, so I know, you know, a lot of you guys that know me know that I like rock, and what I was able to do, you know, obviously when I'm in Metro Detroit, you know, I got my rock stations I listen to all the time, like 101.1 and 94.7, but when I get closer to Lansing, I have to switch, obviously, you know, because start to lose connection, you know, for the one in Detroit. So switch the radio station over to 94.9. That's a classic rock based out of Lansing, and then Grand Rapids you got 96.9, which is one that I discovered today. That's pretty cool. It's kind of cool though at the same time, you know, to see like all the different radio stations, you know, as you kind of move around the. I see, you know, they got Christmas music back already. You know, they do that every year. 100.3. One of my co-workers at my job, when he'd be working in the garage on equipment and stuff, he would switch the radio. He would put the frequency to 100.3 to kind of, you know, play some Christmas music and get kind of in the mood a little bit. Yeah, I agree. WGRD is 97.9. Oh, okay. I think it was WVLA or something was 96.9, because I looked up classic rock stations for Grand Rapids area. 52 miles to Lansing, 32 to Portland. And actually, I earlier this year, I actually did go to Portland. There was a siren test video that I filmed in Portland. That was the day I did a day trip to Lansing to film trains, and did some elevators that day too. But I went to Ionia County to record a Roundback 2001 in Portland. So that was kind of cool. Portland will be in 32 miles. Which station, Brian? Lansing? 94.9. MMQ, I think, is that one. WMMQ, I think is the station tag for that one. Maybe. I did just get an electric scooter about a month or two ago. That was I was inspired by my friend Ethan, Flop Production 7. He had one, and I was like, I kind of want my own electric scooter. I was like, that'd be cool. And I ended up taking it to Battle Creek when I went there a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I mean, e-scooters are a good way to get around. It's perfect for a big city or a college, college area. $32 into the stream. So we've been driving for about 22 minutes because we didn't get on the road till about 10 minutes into the stream after we left the crossing in Grandville. Good 2-hour drive to get home, like I said. A little over that, actually. But that's okay. I had a lot of fun today, and that's what mattered. Fun fact about that city right there, it looks like Charlotte. It's actually pronounced Charlotte, Michigan. We have a rail cam there for all, and I'm sure all the rail fans that are watching know about that. That'd be cool, Gradient Gamer. Speaking of rail cams, we actually just got a new rail cam in Adrian. So in case the rail fans on here didn't see that, I did make a post about that on Discord and a couple other places. We did just get a rail cam in Adrian that just went live the other day. Yes, I want to do Adrian. I'm thinking we might want to do it towards December because my hours at work are cutting back. I don't really... That was awesome. I'll just say. Right, let me see if I can get this thing back up. All right, there we go. That was interesting. I swear I had the suction on there pretty well. I don't know why it did that, but that was awesome. Okay, let's try that. I'm gonna have to see that. No, not the camera. The phone mount tried to die, if anything. I'm gonna have to see the playback on that one. What was that? What thumbnail? What timestamp are we at? 35 minutes, so probably around 34. I'm gonna have to go back and do that. Someone, Actually, you know, YouTube's got that clip thing. Someone clip that and send it to me. Nick, TKE, or one of you guys, or Gradient Gamer, or Brian, anyone that's got me on Discord or anything, clip that and send that to me. Was he? He was hanging out with David? I know Brett was hanging out with him as well. I haven't seen Collins in a while. Because every time we try to plan something, I always seem to have something going on. And like after this weekend trip, this Saturday day trip to the west side of Michigan, I'm not really doing anything. Like next week, there's people that are doing Wyandotte. As much as I want to, I really don't want to do anything the next few weekends. Plus, as you know, November's here. We're also rolling into a very important time of football season as well. So I want to be home to watch the games. Which, let's talk about that real quick. Ohio State had a great game. And by the way, now we're in Ionia County. Ohio State had a great game today against Purdue. Indiana almost lost to Penn State. Indiana made a small comeback towards the end to win that game, but wow, I was surprised. I figured Indiana was just going to stomp on Penn State. But when I saw Penn State was at it, I was like, go Nittany Lions, go win that game, because I feel bad, you know, they've lost they've lost 6 games in a row, which is really, if you told me at the beginning of the season Penn State was going to drop down this bad, I would have said you're crazy. But yeah, look at that snow. You can kind of see it. I mean, I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Well, it kind of is. Dang, look at that. It's beautiful, but I don't really want to be driving through it. I mean, I guess the snow was overdue at some point to come. You know, we got snow a couple years ago on Halloween. Actually, there's been multiple Halloweens that I can recall where we actually have had snow. Pro football's cool, but I've always liked college football more. Lions are playing the Commanders tomorrow. That'll be an interesting game. It's also a revenge game because the Commanders knocked the Lions out of the playoffs last year, unfortunately. So we'll see what happens. That would be a nice game to win. If he's at that game, you know, he was at the Super Bowl, I remember. The president was. Off. No, do not do any Discord links tonight because of the impersonators. I don't want anyone getting on. No Discord links tonight. Red Wings, yeah. I actually will be going to a Lions game later this month. Yeah, depending on the snow, I might actually end the stream when we get to Lansing or something. We'll see. I don't know yet. We'll see as time goes on. I mean, we still got a lot of people on here. If you guys haven't, can you please quickly hit that like button? That'd be greatly appreciated if you guys could do that real quick. We got 2 likes. I think we could push that up to at least 5. It takes 2 seconds and it's free, and it's greatly appreciated by me. Yep, there's one. The other thing I'm gonna do, I didn't have time to eat all of my lunch yesterday, so I'm gonna take advantage of that. I got like 2 pieces of cheese I could eat. I got a bologna sandwich. I might as well eat that because I had Popeye's chicken sandwich for dinner. All right, here we go, folks. Michigan road construction. That's what it's like driving in Michigan. You see all these orange signs and orange and white barrels everywhere. Got a rest area up here to the right. I'm going to try to look at the chat a little bit. The road's uneven because we're in a construction zone. So it's kind of hard for me to look over when I'm on a more uneven road like this where we are right now. So bear with me, guys, if I can't see the messages that you guys are sending me. And don't get me wrong, I want to hear what you guys got to say, but gotta make sure I'm driving safely too. If you guys send something and I don't see it and it's been like 5 or 10 minutes, resend it, your message, and I'll try to get back to see what it is. That's the only downside is doing a drive stream like this and not having a passenger to read the chat. I have someone that reads the chat. That's a good way to get conversations going as well. I'll have to tally them up though tomorrow. I'm not going to do it tonight, but I got to see how many elevator videos I filmed today. I would say I filmed close to 40. I got a handful of elevators in Zeeland. I got a lot in Holland. I probably at least 25 in Holland, and then I think it was like 7 or 8 in Grandville. Hopefully we'll be getting out of this construction zone here soon. Sometimes these zones last for like 10, 15 miles. The one that's in Holly, and I think it's also part of Grand Blanc as well. on I-75. That one's definitely 10 miles, that's for sure. And that's the problem, you know, if they can't get the stuff done and the winter comes, it's closed all winter. Which sucks. I mean, it's unfortunate, but that is how it is in this state sometimes. So, for those of you that, you know, live in other states than Michigan, pretty much, because our roads kind of suck, you know. You guys got it better, that's for sure. Michigan Route 66, Ionia, and Battle Creek. Battle Creek is the one city on the west side of Michigan that I've been to the most, and that's because it's easiest to get to because I can just take the Amtrak. Battle Creek's a pretty cool city. Not the safest, not the nicest, that's for sure. I still think it's pretty cool. They got a neat downtown, and honestly, sometimes the weirder cities are just kind of the cool ones, though, in general. I don't know what my Apple Watch is up to. Where even is it? Oh, there it is. It's actually about probably 60% charged, so that's good. I'm actually going to put it back on now. That way I can see when we're getting on the I-69. I would think we still got something like 30 miles, though. No, actually, 21 miles. It's fine by me. Fun fact, I-69 Metro Detroit, east-west, yep. Well, that's because odd freeways are typically, no, odd, yeah, that is weird, yeah. Typically, it would be north or south, but in Michigan, it makes sense because, you know, I-69 does go east and west for the most part. What I would really like to see in Michigan, though, I know we got talk about more Amtrak service that, you know, we're going to get with Michigan Central Station that makes to Cleveland and Toledo as well. I would really like, yeah, we got the CSX Plymouth sub, doesn't get many trains on it per day. I'd love to see a route where we could connect Detroit, Lansing, and Grand Rapids by train. I feel like that would be so cool. Connect all three of them. It easily can be done. There's not many trains that run on that line as a whole, so having train delays due to freight traffic wouldn't really be too big of a problem. All right, hopefully we're gonna be out of this construction zone here in a bit. Yep. I-69 and I-94 both end in Port Huron. So once you get to Port Huron, I-94 or I-96, one of the two, it then rather than saying Port Huron, it'll say Canada. Because Because I mean, ideally, yeah, I think it technically turned into a business loop or something connecting to the Blue Water Bridge, something like that. Speaking of Port Huron, the one cool thing I can relate today that I did as well, so Port Huron's got Sperry's Movie House, which is a movie theater, restaurant, arcade, and a bunch of other cool things. Well, I got to check out the Holland location today. They have 2 locations for Sperry's Movie House, and there's one in Holland, and I got to check that out today, and then there's one in Port Huron, so that was kind of cool. I got to see both of them. Yeah, Ontario 402, yep. I think it does turn into that, yep. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think 401 runs through Windsor, east and westbound. I think it's 401. Nope, here we go. We're actually now out of the construction zone. That's good. Road's still uneven though, but you know, that's to be expected. This road obviously hasn't been done in a while. There's a darn truck splashing precipitation all over me. Grand Elka's running. Been on the road for 43 minutes, and the stream's been running for 53. Yeah, that sounds about right. And 17 miles that we're just staying on 96 East, because all my GPS is telling me to do is just stay on I-96 East. 17 miles. When it gets down to 10 miles, I'll get my next instruction, which I would think would be to merge onto I-69, because I would think we would be getting close to Lansing. As far as I'm concerned, traveling abroad is safe, but like anything, everything takes a risk. Like every time you get in your car and you drive, you risk. That's just how life is. It's full of them, unfortunately. But that's how things go. Alright, we're gonna go around this guy. Oh, that's cool grading here. Yeah. Traveling local. Oh, look at that. There's a Frankenmuth sign there. How about that? Another city that's on my list to get over to at some point. Hey, what's this? $2. Hey, thank you so much. There's a heart for you. Thanks so much, TKE fan. I appreciate the $2. You are the best. Yeah, I feel you, Brody. We both. You've been up pretty long too today. But thank you for the $2. Greatly appreciate that from you. Glad I didn't miss that message. I didn't miss any other super chats, did I? I don't think so. I don't get them that often. Oh, nice, Neil. That's pretty sweet. No, I don't have an exit sign. But yeah, I do have elevator buttons. Lots of elevator buttons. And eventually in the future, when I get a better setup, I'll do a parts tour again at some point. Because the way I've done it in the past, I kind of got to move it all to like a standard set background. That's just because my workspace is a mess. I'm not proud of it. But half the time I don't have time to clean it up because I got other things going on. Between college, work, and I mean a little bit of that's coming back though now, like I said. So I'll try to take advantage of that, but you know, it just comes down to what all I have time for, and sometimes I come home like the reason why there wasn't a train video that went up Friday is because I was up till 1:30 in the morning, and I was like, yeah, I'm not staying up any longer. I need to go to sleep before I go to work. Last night, that's why I didn't have time to get an elevator video scheduled. I mean, a lot of my content's been getting scheduled out either a couple days in advance or the night before, and I'm not happy that I'm doing that. Yeah, Wark is right. All right. Let's see what we got here. 11 miles. We should be getting our instruction here in a second. It's probably just going to say merge on I-69 in 10 miles, all that good stuff. Actually, when I was on 75 this morning, merging onto I-69, I actually happened to go over the CN Funsub, and a train was going under the bridge while I was passing. That's 2 times in a row that happened to me. 2 times in a row that happened to me, because it happened to me last week on Halloween when I was going to Durand, where we had M397 going under the bridge as well. Yeah, Nick, you were telling me that over the phone. I hope, and I hope everyone here gets to know that too. I hope you get that. That would be really cool to see you working as a guide. That would be really cool. Yep. Okay. East of Flint, 10 miles. That just popped up. Actually kind of warm. I'm going to roll the window down a little bit. My hands were getting a little warm too, so, oh, you know what would help? I can just turn the heat off, that would help too. I had it on low, but you know that would help too. You know what? I'm even gonna. I had my seat warmer on low as well, so just turn all that off. That explains why. The brights almost don't help. They almost got to make it harder because then I'm more focusing on the snow. So I'm actually going to keep the brights off. Plus I will now because I got this guy in front of me. Alright, we're just entered Clinton County. No. No asking for mod. People watching, 6 likes. Thanks guys for hitting that like button, by the way. I meant to say that earlier on. I appreciate that. No, I'm not gonna add any mods for now. I get what you're saying though, Brody. It's not a bad idea, but not tonight. Plus, if someone's being impersonated, mods are able to go on and check the channels. So we could easily go on and see, you know, based on subscriber rate, you know, if it is an impersonator. And if it is, we can just have the mod, we can have the mod take care of it like TKE fan just did. So thank you mods for doing that. But that's fine, you know, if these impersonators want to come on and just give me more views for my channel, maybe get an ad or two so I get a couple, little bit of money, you know, based on monetization, that's fine by me. I'm not going to complain about that. It's actually just giving me a little more money, so I won't complain about that. You know, money's nice to have. Five miles to go till we merge. $12:23 in the morning. More road work signs as well, as you guys just saw there. There's tons of road work going on in my area right now, and it sucks. Just want them to get the roads paved and then get out of there, so that way we can go back to taking our old routes as opposed to having to take a million detours. I think what we might end up doing, I might end the stream once we get onto I-69, or at least a little bit, or maybe a little bit after that. We'll see. I'm gonna turn that heat back on because I think my window, my front view is fogging up a little bit. Let's try this. 2.5 miles to 69. Speed up to get around this guy. I need to get in the right lane because we're going to be taking the exit here real soon. Been driving now for almost an hour, 57 minutes to be exact. An hour's only half the drive. Like I said, I think I'm going to end up getting home at 2 a.m., which is a little bit later than I wanted, but that's okay. And I got to go home, and once I get home, I got to unload the car. I got to get the clocks out of the trunk, because I got the 2 clocks in the trunk. All right, half a mile. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, the pavement near OU. I remember that. Yeah, that was dumb. But then again, does road construction ever make sense half the time? I mean, I'll tell you off stream though, TK. There's some spots around me. I'll tell you exactly where it is, where they're still working on road construction and paving and stuff, and it's like, come on, let's get it done. This is car 372 merging onto I-69 subdivision of I-69. Over. All right, P372, C372, you're good. Keep going. Clear signals ahead all the way to Detroit or wherever you're going. Talking like I'm a train engineer. Sometimes I do that for fun with the railfan guys. Like I'll say, like we're bound for so and so. We got work for some places. Like we could say tonight we don't have any work for Lansing. We're just passing through Lansing, you know. Yeah, asphalt. Asphalt always seems to wear out. It always seems to wear out pretty quickly. I mean, it's got a nice color when it's down for the first year, but then, you know, you get that when it's down for that first winter, you know, it gets exposed to, you know, all the weather elements we have, and then all the salt as well. So there's that as well that doesn't help. Thanks, Nick, for the $2. Let me heart that real quick. I can't heart it. There we go. Thank you, Nick. Okay, how about now? Sometimes it does happen where the stream cuts out sometimes, so if that happens, you know, just let me know in the chat. All right, good. Thank you. Sometimes that does happen where the stream will kind of drop if I go through a certain area. So, all right, by the way, we're on this for 50 miles. 50 miles to I-75. So I'll take my Apple Watch off. We'll plug that back in. Even though I'd probably have enough juice to make it all the way home, but I'm going to plug it in. Yep, eventually we'll pass Durand. Speed limit is 70 out here on I-69, but there will be some parts later on as we keep going further down where the speed limit will go up to 75. 75 is the max speed limit in Michigan. You won't see anything higher than that. Huh. Interesting, Neil. They do. Pretty much everyone except the U.S. uses metric. Pretty much everywhere uses metric, Celsius, instead of Fahrenheit. That's always fun when I cross the border and go to Canada, because then everything's in Celsius. But when I'm in this car, this car shows everything in Fahrenheit, so, I still get to see the outside temperature in Fahrenheit. Like right now, my car's saying outside it's detecting the temperature being 34 degrees, so 2 degrees above freezing. Hey, Aaron, how are you? TXMN is on here. Great to see you. Hey, TK times him out for 10 seconds. That's awesome. That's funny. Taking advantage of the mod privileges, huh? Always good to hear from you, Aaron. Hope you're doing well this fine evening. Just driving home from the west side of Michigan. I don't go to the west side very often, unless it's Battle Creek by Amtrak. Then I tend to go at least once or twice a year. But driving-wise, is unheard of me driving like anywhere more than like 90 miles in a 90-mile race. So yeah, to be here to do this drive is crazy. I mean, I would have never thought, it's rare that I do long drives with this car anyway, so just seeing my car show 2 hours trip time report like it did this morning was insane. Stay here in these lanes right here. Don't want to be in those right too. We're going to stay here in the left too, because we're going to keep going east on hole 69. Eventually goes to Port Huron, but once we get to Flint, we'll shove south on 35. That way we'll make our way into Oakland County. Okay, the thing popped up on my phone. 44 miles till we get to the ramp to head south on 75. Still got a good ways to go. Definitely still far from home. Someone's merging onto the freeway, but there's really like no one out here tonight. We'll be courteous. We won't blind him with the brights. I want to go there, Lansing Mall sometime. You getting off, Brody? All right, Brody. Thanks for coming on. Not all of Lansing is a dump. Bostonian dash cam. Ooh, there's fireworks. Did y'all see that? There's some fireworks over there on the left. Yeah, I don't blame you, Brody. I'm exhausted too. I'm ready to be home. But still got 45 miles to go to get to Flint. Maybe, well, a little less, because the ramp to go south on 75 is on the very southwest end of Flint. So a little less than that, but still pretty dang close, you know. Good question, Anthony. Oh, you're right. Veterans Day is coming up. It's a good idea, Nick. You know, that's why I have so many YouTube channels, because I like to keep all the hobbies, you know, in their own places, because it just makes sense as a whole to keep the hobbies, you know, separate. I mean, even still, you know, I have a couple extra things I do here on James 2839, you know, like with return videos, tech, mechanical, vending machines, and then clocks. Some point in the future, when I get a better setup for my clocks, there will be a separate clock channel. The other thing I need to do at some point when I get time as well is the drinking fountain channel that I have. I haven't posted in 2 years, I think, on that channel. I'm gonna post the rest of the videos I have in my backlog of the drinking fountain channel, and then that'll be it for that channel, because I don't think I'm gonna keep going with that one. I kind of lost interest in it, you know, after, you know, about maybe almost a year. Anthony is Michigan railfan enthusiast. Very, very close friend of mine in the railfan community. Haha, Joe Mala, good one. Yeah, that's the real one right there. Yep. I've watched Broken Soul. I don't watch him very often, but I do every now and then. Damon knows about him too. That's the thing. Damon and I are so close in terms of hobbies outside of the railfan community, because we both like Texas Beach. Oh, by the way, real quick, this is this is now where you guys can see the speed limit goes up to 75. So we're gonna bump our speed up just a little bit more. But the thing is, though, you know, Damon and I have so many hobbies outside of railfang that we both relate on. Like, we love text-to-speech voices because of how dumb they can say things at times. We love that. We both love using Rapper offline to make stupid videos as well. That truck is flying. By the way, for the gas in the car, we're averaging 26.3 miles per gallon, which is not bad. It's pretty good for this car. Considering I got cruise control on. We're cruising at 75. Yeah, Gradient Gamer calls it that. All right, we just entered Shiawassee County. Gradient Gamer calls it TAC 20. It's really, you shouldn't refer to it as that, because that's the name of a controller. Call the button, you know, Aurora, or you know, whatever it is, Aurora Mad BS Classic replacement, if it's a replacement. I mean, it's just the best thing to do. Just because you'll confuse people. That's pretty good, Nick. This is a 2006 Avalon, and you know, it does pretty well. You know, this is a good car. It's built very well. You know, for its time period, you know, it's definitely advanced. I mean, one of the unique things that this car has is you can put 6 CDs in it. So a lot of cars and vehicles nowadays don't have CD players, but during the time this car was produced, you can put 6 CDs in the car. This car also has a cassette tape player. You can play cassette tapes, and you can also connect satellite as well. So a lot of things you can do on this. The only thing it doesn't have is like an iPod aux cord or anything like that. Excuse me for yawning. It doesn't have an aux cord, but that's okay. You can always get one of those. You can always get one of those FM transmitter things that plug into the 12 volt. You can always get one of those. Interesting, Aaron. How old is that vehicle that doesn't have it? Like, what year was it produced? Have some more water. I'm almost out of water. Where's my bologna sandwich? It's still in there. Yeah, it's still in there. driving for an hour and 19 minutes. Which means I think got about an hour left. One more hour and then I should be home. Starting to get warm again. I'm going to roll the window down here for a second. So bear with the wind if that was picking up on the stream last time. I don't know why that guy was slowing down. All of a sudden he just slowed down and moved over. Oh, okay, he's going to the exit. He almost missed his exit. That's what it was. I gotta do one thing real quick. My hands are getting warm again on the wheel. I've done that before, Neil, myself as well. When I had a rental car, I did that in Florida where I drove 3 hours. It wasn't non-stop. I did stop once at a rest area, but that was about it. Yeah, this drive is a little bit more than 169 miles. This drive I'm doing is a little bit more, and I definitely put a lot of miles on the vehicle, you know, today. So I'm not going out filming wise, at least with this car for 3 weeks probably. Yeah, 4.5 hours is crazy. If I really had to in a case, I would. I mean, when my parents and we went to the Ohio State Grambling State football game back in September, we had a rental, and you know, my parents, they took turns driving down. I drove the whole way back, but we did stop at McDonald's in Findlay, so that way we all could use the bathroom. But other than that, you know, didn't really stop. The heated steering wheel is cool. I don't need a heated steering wheel in here. The hands are perfectly fine. I haven't been running the heat. Honestly, this is the reason why the car is so warm is just from my body heat and me breathing. That's why I've had to roll the windows down a couple times because it's been getting warm in here. But actually, you know what? I do think I need to put defroster on. I think it's starting to. I think the front windshield's starting to fog up just a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. $12:55 a.m. True, that's true, Neil. Yeah, obviously there's a difference between expressway driving. Fortunately, this route to go to Western Michigan is pretty much all expressway, which is great. This morning when I did that 2-hour, 20-minute drive, you know, it was like 10 minutes to get on the highway, you know, around my hometown area. And then after that, it was just straight highway the whole way, which was great. All right, 23 miles to go till we get to the ramp in Flint. So we're getting there. '69 lane closures near, yeah, it's around the Durand area and the eastern part of Shiawassee County and western part of Genesee County. There is, unfortunately. Yeah, we'll be going back into some more road construction. It's one of at least 2 road construction that will be going through. Considering there will be construction on 75 as well. Right, I would think that you guys wouldn't use the interstate term in India. Interstate is more so, you know, connecting, obviously, the states of the United States. I-96, though, is interesting, though, because it doesn't really go between states. It just connects Grand Rapids, Lansing, and Detroit. Bancroft, so we're getting closer to Durand. For all the Durand rail fans that are on here. Stellantis, I got you. Comment not sponsored. Live for a little over an hour and a half, and we've been driving for almost an hour and a half. 1 hour 28 minutes. See here, I'll let you guys see it. This is what it looks like on my dash. So that's my fuel range till empty on the left. You got the average, which has been stuck at 26.3, and then our trip time of 1 hour 29 minutes, and then that's my dash right there. That's what it looks like. $18 more miles till we get to our exit ramp to 75. Yeah, I'm going like 76. It's 75 out here. There's another Frankenmuth sign there promoting going to Frankenmuth. The speed limit's 75 out here. So yeah, almost 80. No, the fuel range is how much fuel is left. The range of how many miles I can go. The car's telling me I can go 239 more miles till I need to get gas. I did fill up. Is this stream being weird again? Because it's showing that only one person is watching. Is it being weird? Let me know. But I did fill up. I wasn't able to get to Costco. I brought the Costco card with me. I was going to go to Costco and fill up, but I was going to run out of gas, and they were going to close as well, so I didn't have time. Because otherwise I was going to hit Costco in Wyoming. But I was down to like 17 miles till E, and my fuel light came on as well, so I was like, yeah, I'm just going to find whatever I can and just fill up. So topped it off. The fuel range was at 332 when I turned the car on after it reset, and we've already gone through almost 100 miles of that gas. So that's like 5 gallons. All right, Nick, thanks for coming on. I appreciate you hanging out with us. Thanks for coming on. We'll see you next time. There's Michigan Highway 71, Corunna and Durand. You can take that to get to Durand. Hang on, guys. I'm going to do something. Hold on 1 second. Okay, let's try that, because for some reason it was saying no one was watching. It said 0 viewers, and I know that's not true, because I got at least 5 people chatting in the comments. But there's your speed limit sign right there, 75. I don't know if you guys can really read it though. What the fuck? Someone's going, holy crap, someone's going the wrong way. Holy crap! Did you all see that? Someone's going the wrong way! Jeez! I'm like, why is that car so close? I'm like, oh my god, he's going the wrong way! I gotta find out what milepost I'm at. Yeah, I think I'm gonna, yeah, I'm gonna call 911 on that one. So hold tight, folks. I gotta find out what milepost I was at. Man, that's crazy. I gotta see. I don't see any mile. Where's the nearest milepost marker? Good old road. Hold on. I don't even see a milepost marker. Is it on the left? There's someone up there. What I'll do is I wonder where the next exit is. Yeah, this stream will stay up. Okay, mile 121. All right, hang on, guys. I'm gonna call 911. 1 second. Okay, we're back. Literally right after I called 911, the guy literally was like, "Are you calling about the wrong way driver?" And I said, "Yep." And then he just was wondering, was he closer to the freeway, was he closer to the meeting or the ditch? close to the median. Holy crap. I have never seen anything like that before. I'm just saying a prayer right now to the Lord and everything that whatever the heck happened with that driver, that they don't cause any accident or anything like that. Jeez, that was scary. Y'all witnessed it live with me. Oh, I'm sure. I've seen videos of it, Neil. Yeah, literally, I called 911 and the guy said, he's like, you calling about the wrong way driver? I said, yep. So, and, you know, I told him he just wanted a little more info, and I said, yep, no problem, have a good night, and, you know, and stuff like that. But it's like, holy shit. Someone clip that as well, if you would. Send that to me as well. Nick will get a kick out of that. You know, he hopped off for the night, and literally like within 10 minutes we see something like that. Let's see, what time step are we at? We're at about 106, so that probably happened about what? Maybe 5 minutes ago? Okay, thanks. Yeah, this stream will stay up. I don't typically take my streams down, but... Wow. I've seen a lot of crazy stuff before, driving wise. That takes the cake. But like I said, I'm just saying a prayer, you know, to the Lord and everything, that, you know, hopefully, you know, that is, you know, I just hope that, you know, whatever the case, law enforcement gets a hold of the driver, and they, you know, whatever it is, if it's impaired driving, drugs, whatever it is, driver gets the help they need. I mean, it's like, geez, that's scary stuff. Don't worry, I'm not going to privatize this. This stream will stay up. Swartz Creek city limit. Now we're just east of Durand now, west of Flint. We're not too terribly far west of Flint now. We're actually about 5.5 miles from our exit. I'm still a little shaken up about that, guys. Holy crap. Where's my water? My water probably fell all the way over to the right. Yeah, I see where it is. Need a little water. All right, here comes the road construction. Which highway am I on? This is I-69. I know it kind of sounds similar because we were on I-96 at the beginning of the street. Actually, I-196 and then I-96 and then I-69. But we'll be getting off this here real soon. We'll be getting on thing. Now, here's what I'm wondering. You know, this is down to one lane. So did the driver get on and drive like maybe in the ditch or the median or on in the barrels? Like through here, or did he get on before the like after the road construction? That's what I'm wondering. Yeah. Yep, I-69 southbound I-75. We'll be coming up to that here real soon. I think let's see, 3.5 miles to go. 3.5 miles to go. 1:10 a.m. for our time. Excuse me. Oh, there's the CN Flint sub right there. That's the Canadian National Flint subdivision right there, though. That's what those red lights are there to the right. Those are signals for the train. Yep, back in Genesee County. Good old Genesee County. Good old Flint, Michigan. One of our more infamous cities. Truck in front of me is like really hugging the shoulder. You can hear him hitting the rumble strips. I'm gonna keep my distance from this truck driver. I might even just clip that whole clip itself. I might even just upload that as a regular video, a bonus video for tomorrow. Tomorrow I got a siren video that I gotta finish up real quick. Hey, Aurora Forza. Oh my God, dude. You just missed about maybe 10 minutes ago. There was a freaking wrong way driver. I had to call 911. Back the stream up. If you hear me screaming, you'll know where it is. It's like 10 minutes ago. You craziest thing ever. I'm like, is that guy going the wrong way? And I was like, after he passed me, I'm like, holy crap, he was. And he was right in the left lane before all this road construction. Pretty crazy. Crazy stuff. But good to see you, Aurora Forza. Hey, congrats on the Michigan State wins. Really glad. I know football's not working out too well for you this year, sadly, but at least you guys got basketball and hockey. Did you happen to see the Penn State Indiana game? I followed it, but I didn't see the whole game. But wow, I was so surprised by how much Indiana struggled. Yeah, well, Neil, it's not common here in the U.S. to see. I mean, it happens every now and then, but it's not common to happen here. I saw that, TKE. You're a moderator. You know better. All right, here we go. We're going on the ramp southbound towards Detroit. Yeah, I know. That was crazy. It looks like there's work vehicles up ahead. Maybe they might have salt trucks out or something. And we're gonna take this right lane here. Yep, it looks like a salt truck. Yep, that's a salt truck up there. It's snowing. Oh, look at that. There's a train. There's a train. You know, that's crazy. That's 3 times. Oh, I think that's A491. Because I saw a truck frame on that. I think that's A491 for all the rail fans that are still here. That's crazy. That's the 3rd time in a row I've gone over, I went on the ramp for 69 and 75, and I've seen a train passing through. Because it happened to me yesterday morning, which now we have to say yesterday morning. It happened yesterday when I was merging onto 69. What? Are you kidding? Okay, he just turned. Okay. He turned. He must have missed the eggs. He must have taken the wrong exit. But it's like, geez, what the heck, people? It's like, why? He's fine. He turned around after I passed. He turned onto the freeway to go the right direction. Clearly, someone took the wrong way on the ramp, so we can clip that one too. We gotta move over. We need to be in this lane. We're not taking US 23. Don't want to go to Ann Arbor. No. That's crazy. You know, I've done a lot of late night driving. And maybe tonight it's the fact that, you know, this is a longer drive than, you know, some of the other late night sessions I've been out. But it's like, holy crap. It's like, what is going on? It's like, people do not know how to drive. Yeah. Well, they're not going to do that anyways, because if they do, and they're not stickers, they're magnets, so I can peel them off anytime I want, but, you know, whatever. All right, so here's the deal, folks. We're heading south now on I-75. It's the last major interstate that I'll be driving on. In a little bit, we're gonna end the stream. Maybe when we get to the road construction, we're gonna probably bring this chaotic stream towards the end, to an end. Yeah, that was definitely something there towards the end. You know, with that driver that literally was coming out the wrong way on the exit ramp, and then obviously what we saw earlier. I'm not getting on 59. I'll probably take the stream for about another 10-15 minutes or so, and then we'll probably end it there, because I want to get my phone off the mount and everything, and just, you know, throw some music on as I finish this chaotic drive home. Man, that's just insane. The other thing too, I should have realized too when I was calling 911 is I shouldn't have waited so long. You know, they can track where the call comes from. You know, I could have, you know, had I been the first one to report it, they could at least have tracked where I was, you know, as opposed to waiting those extra, you know, 3 minutes, you know. So, a lot of us can take, you know, things like this, you know, we can all take learning lessons from that, and that's something I'll make sure to do for the future. All right, we're south of Flint. We're in Grand Blanc now, another grand city. Now, that's the thing we got to do at some point. Got to put together a list of how many cities in Michigan have the word grand in them, like Grand Rapids, Grandville, Grand Haven. Let's see, what else we got? There's definitely more. We could also do one for Rapids as well. Grand Rapids, Big Rapids, East Rapids. Should make a list of cities as well that have the name of a direction in it, like East Point for East, Northville, Southfield, Westland, Southgate. I was gonna say Westgate for some reason. Southgate, Eaton Rapids. Holy crap, is that Ethan? Grand Ledge, yes. I completely forgot about Grand Ledge. Guys, someone said hi fly. Is Ethan on here? Holy crap, dude! We gotta tell Ethan what happened. Ethan, we witnessed probably about 20 minutes ago while I was on I-69. We had a wrong way driver go through, and I got it on stream. I had to call 911. I think it happened. We've been live for now 2 hours. It happened about roughly 20 minutes ago. And we've been driving now for an hour 52. Yeah, it was something I had to call 911, and I called and the dispatcher picked up and said, "You calling about the wrong way driver?" I said, "Yep," and they said, "Were they near the ditch or on the median?" At first, I actually didn't understand. I asked him to repeat it again. I said, "Oh yeah, he was closer to the median because I was in the right lane. He was in there. It was a 2-lane road. He was in the left. I was in the right." Yeah, it was crazy. Back up the stream though, you'll see it. I'm probably going to clip it and put it up on YouTube. And when I clip it, I'm even going to text Andrew Diesel Ducey. I want to see. I know he's going to find that crazy. And here we go. We're in another construction zone. Oh boy. Here's the Grand Blanc Holly construction. Yep, good old Oakland County, my home county. I'm actually surprised I still got this energy. I had a cup of coffee before I left, but I think the stream actually, excuse me, I think the stream actually helped with that. Just being able to talk to you guys. Have any water left? I think I have a little slug of water left. Yep, that's it for the water. That's all right. I saw that. I saw that post. I saw that video you did, TKE. I did see that. That was crazy. That was Novi, right? Or was that Wixom? Because I'm pretty sure I know where you did that at. That's what I thought, Novi. This part is this is new asphalt right here that we're driving on. And here's the sign for Oakland County. Now we are in Oakland County. My tire's definitely making a weird sound on this, and I think it's because of the snow. Yeah, M5. I think we're gonna end the stream though here in about 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes. But I would like to thank everyone that joined me for the stream. You know, I appreciate everyone who joined in today. Especially with all that crazy stuff between the two drivers that did that. That's what I'm hoping too. Yeah, I'm praying and hoping that hopefully the law enforcement got out there to catch the guy. The real question is, how do you even stop someone like that that's going that way? Maybe a close off part of the freeway? Are you? Huh. On Monday? Alright folks, let's get a few last words in here before we end the stream for the night. Thank you to everybody that came on here and watched, especially people like TKE and others that were on here for pretty much the whole stream. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate my mods being on here dealing with, the impersonators that we had towards the beginning. Thank you everybody who joined for today's or this morning, whatever you want to call it, this live stream. I had a great time, had a blast talking to all of you. Thank you as well, because this stream also helped keep me awake, which definitely helps me, because then that means I drive better. Obviously that goes without saying, but thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll end it here in a minute. Anyone's got any last minute things they want to say, go ahead. Otherwise, if not, we're going to get off here in a minute, and then we'll see you guys next time. Thank you, Ethan. I appreciate it. Thank you to everyone that is wishing me safe travels. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, that will be it. Yep, don't drink and drive. That's right. All right, everybody, that's it. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks again for all the super chats, too, from TKE Fan and Nick, Boston Elevators and Aviation. Thank you. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.